I started the company in 1996, and I rented the top floor of the building. I can't remember what the address is, but my old landlord was here in the audience. He drove me here. But I started here, it was just me, and I actually rented a lot of space, so it took me a while to fill it up. We used to hit golf balls around the office because it was just a lot of carpeting and not a lot going on. And I stayed out here until 2004, and when I moved east, we still just have the one office here in Newport Beach in the same building. But now we have 6, and the Newport Beach office, I think, is now larger than it was when I first left here. But a lot has happened to the U.S. economy since I first moved into the Newport Beach office. In fact, when I first moved in there, and I really started cold calling, looking for clients, the problem that I was warning people about back then was the bubble in the technology market, particularly in the internet stocks. I thought that it was going to end very badly, and I was warning a lot of people to get out of internet stocks. Most people didn't want to listen. Most people I called just hung up on me, or they argued with me. And that bubble burst in 2000, and I had expected a much more significant decline in the economy. I thought we would have a bigger recession than we actually had. I thought real estate prices would have actually started to fall back then, because I saw a lot of people were snapping up a lot of these new developments with some of the options. They were exercising their options on some of these startup companies, and they were going right and buying a condo, or a condo buying a home in one of these developments. And so I figured when you took all that option money away, when the NASDAQ imploded, that you'd see a pullback in real estate at the time, and we'd have a more meaningful recession than the one that actually occurred. And what happened was, instead of allowing that recession to take place, we had a big stimulus plan by Alan Greenspan and the newly elected President Bush. And so we never really got the big cleansing recession that I thought was going to be the natural consequence of all the misallocations that took place during the dot-com bubble. I mean, we really funded some crazy companies, and we made a lot of mistakes. We were drunk on cheap money, and we did a lot of stupid things, and we began to sober up in 2000, 2001. But instead of allowing the economy to correct itself, rebalance, reallocate all the assets, land, labor, and capital, the politicians decided that we needed economic stimulus, that we couldn't just sit back and do nothing, that we had to do something. And so Alan Greenspan, despite the fact that it was his cheap monetary policies that blew up the tech bubble, he decided that, well, we need more stimulus, and so he lowered interest rates down to 1%. And in doing that, he really prevented a more severe recession from taking place. And of course, everybody was very happy about that, and the Fed kept interest rates down to 1% for a very long time, and that really ignited the housing bubble. And I was watching this bubble inflate from the house I was renting here in Orange County. And by 2004, I thought it was going to be a disaster. I mean, when I really saw what Greenspan was doing and the housing bubble that